What is up, Raiders? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Guys, I think it's safe to say that this is our final chance to put our hands on all of the TM anti-champions, okay? We do have the hero pad for Leonardo. Finally, thanks God, because the wait probably has killed more people than some wars, because we have been waiting for quite a few months, right? You're going to be able to get Leonardo guaranteed from here, together with a 5-star soul. You're going to have to open shards and get, of course, artifacts and accessories. Now, everybody's curious. Are we going to have some 15x progressive chances? Are we going to have something else happening during this hero path? And the answer is yes, guys. Let me just quickly walk you through pretty much everything that you need to know related to that. This Thursday, November 6th, they are planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you at least a 15x chance to summon the champions of your choice from the selected pool from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void shards. Basically, that's what is happening right here. A usual 15x. And this will last for 96 hours. More or less the 4 days, right? So it will pretty much line up with the Swordmaster spot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, let's quickly see what champions we have on the list. As I was saying, this might be our final chance to get all of the missing champions from the Turtle Mutant Ninja collaborations, okay? I do think that it is a small chance for them to do something on Monday, Tuesday, but very, very unlikely because we just have a siege mode. I don't really see it happening. Either way, let's start with the first champion. We're gonna have April on the list, guys. A Fortnite character just dropped in Raid Shadow Legends. If you are still looking to collect her, if you think she might be worth it for your account, feel free to go in for it. Truth is that there are not that many champions that you can put on the 15x progressive chance, right? We're gonna have a few more, of course, but she is definitely one of the champions that you could put on your 15x. I'm kind of like in a bit of a dilemma. I don't have her, okay? I would love to get all of the champions because you're getting a relic and some other funky things if you collect all of the champions. I'm still not sure if that event is still going on or it kind of like came to an end or so. But as a champion, I just don't find her very helpful, okay? She's not great versus bosses because they fixed all of that with her debuff. In PvP, even though she sounds extremely powerful on paper with the nullified debuff, the seal, everything that she brings to the table is just not really making any sense in practice. She's just not countering anything. She does pretty much almost nothing versus the extra turns or anything else that it kind of like might sound interesting in her kit. And because of it, in my opinion, she's kind of like a vault keeper, okay? Unless they're planning to change something related to the debuff or anything like that, she's just not really countering much, okay? Then with this skill, they increase accuracy, turn meter, manipulation, the extra turn, the passive, which sounds really, really strong as well, and you have a speed aura for arena. Initially, when I've seen this champion on paper, I thought that she's the most powerful one out of all of them. I think most of the people thought that, especially for PvP. We got her, we tried her, and we were like, not really doing it. So, if you want her, she's up for the grabs. It might be your last chance. But so goes for Donatello. He was the fusion champion. A lot of you guys skipped this fusion. He's absolutely amazing as a champion. And if you don't have him and you want to try and collect more turtles, you're going to have to open shards anyway for the Leonardo path if you're going for him. So why not try to get either Donnie, either April, either the other champions that are on the list. I think he's an amazing, amazing support. Both PvE and even for PvP, you can pull off some pretty funky things with him. You're getting some healing from the A1. This is a pretty good attack. An AoE decreases the cooldowns of all of ally skills. This cooldown skill cannot be decreased or reset. An increased speed on all of your team. And you have a cleanse, continuous heal, strengthen, turn meter boost, and you have this very, very good passive that basically prevents the allies' death and keeps them alive with 1 HP. and will equalize the HP level of all of the allies in the team. Overall, a very, very solid champion in my opinion. Very good for speedruns as well because of the A2 skill. Good for a lot of PvE content too. Then, the next one on the list is going to be Raphael. So, if I'm gonna put April on the 15x from Sacred Shards, I would rather kind of like put Raphael and get some empowerment for him. Especially that I barely have any Void Shards. I'm not really dreaming of pulling a legendary champion from Voids. But either way, let's quickly talk a bit about Raphael. Out of all of the turtles, utility-wise, he brings you the least utility because his main role, purpose, is to be a badass in Arena, okay? Other than that, he's just not gonna do crazy damage in Hydra, Chimera, or any of the bosses, okay? They are champions that do very good damage in Arena, and then when you take them versus some PvE bosses, their damage feels weak and you're wondering like, what the heck is happening? These multipliers are the same in both game modes. Why are they not pushing up high damage in PvE as well? Well, I don't have the answer to that, but it is happening with a lot of champions. Either way, if you are looking to get him for PvP, I think is great, especially if you're planning to run him with Leonardo. Very, very good combo. Raphael, Leonardo, Donnie, right? And then you can use Michelangelo as well. But these three are basically the creme de la creme for PvP. The block revive on the A1. This is a pretty good attack that ignores shield and block damage if he's under a berserker. Gains stir meter, the triple hitter that will put perfect veil and unkillable if you kill a target. Pretty fun and a good passive as well. It's fun when you have all of the turtles and they're all joining in the attacks and they're pulling off crazy things though. So I'm kind of like, as I was saying, I have a bit of a dilemma. I'm not sure if I'm going to put Raphael to get empowerment or I'm going to put April to try and get her. But I'm going to explain you how I'm going to decide that. Moving on to the next one, we have Corvis the Corruptor. I haven't used Corvis in such a long time that I almost forgot his faction, right? He's a good champion, don't get me wrong. You have the decrease attack, you have the AoE attack, increases the duration of buffs, increases the duration of buffs on allies as well, increases the duration of debuffs and increases the duration of buffs, sorry. Then you have AoE attack with poisons, poison sensitivity, and you have the passive that brings damage reduction. He's a good champion. I just don't really see where I would use him. At least on my account. On my account, I did not use this champion since they released him, and I've tested him out for clan boss teams, where he increases the duration of buffs, shield, Brogni, or you can run him, of course, as well with Wixwell. But other than that, I think you can use him versus the Dragon and other areas like that. Curse City, potentially in Faction Wars. I'm not saying he's trash or anything like that. I'm just saying that on my account, I haven't used him in a very, very long time. And I don't really understand what is he doing together with the other champions in here, right? And we're going to have another one that's kind of like coming in as a surprise because why are these champions with the turtles? Maybe something related to the lore? I'm not sure. Anyway, the next champion on the list is going to be everyone's favorite, Richtoff the Bold. I think he got a buff recently, or maybe I was just dreaming about it. AoE attack destroys each target's max HP by 30%. One attack versus a triple hitter. Each hit places a poison on all enemies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So you're getting the poisons. And you have a single hit. Critical damage increases by 20% for each poison on the target up to 100%. Still the same champion, okay? Yeah, hopefully I'm not going to pull another copy of this bad boy, but either way, he is on the list for whoever is interested. You can run him with a Xavier, with an Elena reel, or different champions, just to put in a lot of poisons on the enemies, but that's about it. Then, moving on to the next one. Shredder is on the list. Now, I do have around 20 Void Shards or so. I will probably open the Void Shards first, and I will put him on the 15x. If by any chance a miracle happens and I'm gonna get this champion, but I gotta make sure that the event is still on. That gives you the relic, the frame, and some other rewards when you collect all of the champions. I'm actually gonna ask that straight after I'm done with this video. If I pull him by any chance, I'm going to put April on the 15x. If I don't pull him, I'm going to put Raphael on the 15x instead and hope to get one copy of that bad boy to empower him. If not 2, 3, 4, which would be much. Actually, heck, I cannot empower them with their copies. I need to empower them with other champions. I completely forgot about that part. So scrap all that. We cannot empower these champions with their dupes. Remember that. Very, very important, because a lot of people do not know it, and they go and they try to pull for these particular champions to empower them. You cannot empower them. You can have multiple copies, but you cannot empower Raphael with Raphael, okay? I just remembered that. Thanks God that I did, actually. So it's no point to put him on the list. Most likely, I will put April on the list regardless, just to collect all of the freaking Pokemons, or I won't put any 15x champions whatsoever. But Shredder, he is meant to be an HP damage dealer. His damage is just really lacking. He's underperforming. He's kind of like another Fatalist Shitmaster. Just a funky design, good kit on paper, weak multipliers. I get it that Platinum don't want to make all of these champions super powerful, especially that they're limited time. It would be a bit unfair, right? So I get it. But if you guys are a Pokemon collector and you do want to try and get Shredder, this might literally be your last chance, okay? It's not a big deal anyway. Don't get into FOMO or anything like that, because with him or without him, your account is gonna progress the same, okay? Literally no difference. But that's pretty much the whole deal with him. Triple hitter on the A1, double hitter AoE on the A2 with Leech. And right here, an AoE attack steals all buffs from a single target and will ignore defense, as well as shield and block damage if the champion is under a veil or a perfect. A veil will ignore 30% of the target's defense instead of the 15. Passive is okay, but really not something that's very practical, okay? Moving on to the next one, we do have a couple of good Void Legendaries. We're going to have Raiho Bone Spear on the list, absolutely amazing. Chimera, if we're talking about bosses, Sand Devil's Necropolis, Phantom Shogun, tons of different content as well. I think she's absolutely amazing. She brings so many debuffs with this skill, so many important debuffs. The one thing that I would love for this to kind of like happen in here is, instead of that decreased crit rate to be a decreased speed, or instead of the stun to be a decreased speed. That would be absolutely amazing. But hey, of course, that's not the case, so we're gonna have to be happy with what we have. You're getting the cleanse, the immunity, the heal, really, really good. Very strong passive as well, which will activate every 3 turns. Doesn't matter if they land debuffs on her, she's still gonna be able to get that sorted. And then, of course, continuous heals from the A1. And the final champion on the list, because I know a lot of you guys would love this one, Shu Zan on the menu, guys. Absolutely amazing. Really, really good for PvP. I wouldn't necessarily say she's that great for PvE anymore, because she's not in reality, but you can use her if you want to, of course. The main idea is speed aura for arena battles, a very good speed aura, block active skills. You have the instant turn with increased crit rate, increased attack, increased crit damage, remove ship from the ally if they are under polymorph, turn meter boost, increased speed, turn meter manipulation, decreased speed, a passive that gives her accuracy equal to the amount of the speed, and that's pretty much it. You want to build her as fast as humanly possible and get the job done. Set-wise, it doesn't really matter that much. But that's it pretty much in terms of this event for the weekend, guys. Now, as I was saying, related to empowering champions, let me just quickly show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're gonna have, for example, can we find one of the freaking turtles in here? You can only empower Donnie with Dracomorph. If you have 20 copies of Donnie, you cannot empower one of them with the extra copies. You're gonna end up in having on your account 20 copies plus this 21, and you cannot empower them. You can only empower these characters with their respective selected characters from the faction. In this case, Dracomorph. If we're going to a different one, let's see, Raphael, I forgot who empowers him. I think I've already empowered him once. Yeah, Contra. She's empowering him. I don't know who's empowering Leonardo, actually. Is it Shuzan or Raiho Bone Spear? That would be pretty damn crazy, though, but probably one of those. But this is not only for the TM anti-champions, guys. If we're talking about Skeletor, you can only empower Skeletor with Theodores, which is, in a way or another, pretty damn crazy. If you want to empower the He-Man, you can only empower the He-Man with this champion, okay? And they've always done this for all of these champions. You can only empower Zinogre with Jintoro. That's the way they've done it. It's still a bit weird why. You can only empower him with Richtoff the Bold. So probably the whole idea of it is to basically... should we do that? Maybe Richtoff is going to get a massive buff. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait, right? But Alexander will be empowered by Elena Rail. You guys know the drill. You got the whole idea behind it. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. This is what I am at the moment. Getting super pumped, super ready for tomorrow. We have another primal right here. And yeah, 28 sacreds, 21 voids, 3 primals, 13 ancients. And I'm ready to rumble. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get both the soul and the champion. Much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.